service members and their families over a 3-year period. More than half of those complaints were about collection attempts for bills that the service members didn't actually owe. Now, Ms. Riska, most service members and their families have high-quality insurance coverage through TRICARE.
Long time sometimes. And when it's born out of something that has been anything from a mistake to a vicious intent, it varies in degrees. I'm not saying I know the same. But I just, look,
Surprising news has been released. Top analysts are now predicting an economic crash, not seen since the Great Depression. It would affect millions of Americans. Social Security experts are now warning recipients of serious issues that the program is currently facing and how it could affect payments. The youngest members of the baby boomer generation are nearing Social Security eligibility, while the oldest have been receiving benefits for some time. These monthly payouts are being increasingly crucial for financial well-being. However, recent surveys reveal significant misconceptions about the taxation of the benefits. In a survey by the Nationwide Retirement Institute, over half of adults incorrectly agreed with the statement that Social Security benefits are tax-free. Similarly, in a survey of adults nearing retirement age, more than half incorrectly believe that Social Security retirement benefits are subject to income tax, just like withdrawals from the IRA account. While both Social Security benefits and traditional IRA withdrawals can be subject to federal income, the extent differs, because according to Motley Fool, each dollar from a traditional IRA is considered taxable income, whereas Social Security is taxed only when taxpayers surpass economic thresholds. These thresholds are determined by adjusted gross income, non-taxable interest, and one-half of Social Security benefits. Overall, only a portion of Social Security benefits is subject to federal taxation, even beyond these thresholds. Initially targeting higher earners, the combined income thresholds have not been adjusted for very long, and now over half of recipients now owe tax on benefits due to annual COLA pushing payouts even higher. This annual extension increase means that retirees currently exempt from taxes benefits might find themselves above the thresholds in the future. Social Security taxation varies across states. Most states do not even tax benefits, and if they do, state-specific deductions and exemptions often limit the extent of taxation. Notably, Missouri and Nebraska plan to stop taxing Social Security in 2024. Despite being the smallest revenue stream, the taxation of benefits contributes to Social Security financing, and payroll taxes constitute the majority, followed by interest and taxation of benefits, with a projected $22 trillion deficit through 2097. The Social Security Trust Fund faces depletion by 2034. Resolving this requires increasing revenue, cutting benefits, or a combination of both. It also seems like gas prices are slowly pulling back from the highs of last month, because according to the top energy analysis, Yahoo News, right now if you're a gasoline shopper, you can find gas at less than $3 a gallon in some states. Now we're all looking at 25 to 50 cents per gallon drop in retail. That is virtually certain. Extra aid is slated to end. At least 25 states led by Republican governors decided in May and June to prematurely drop out of several relief programs, including those that provide an extra $300 a week, on top of regular state unemployment benefits and expanded eligibility for jobless aid. The supplemental...
I think climate, I think jobs, good paying jobs, union jobs. By the way, I'm serious. Look, let me get one thing straight about unions. The reason I'm so pro-union, the middle class built America. Wall Street did not build the middle class. Unions built the middle class. That's why. That's not a joke.
Big news, you should keep an eye out for this. Hundreds of thousands of families will finally be getting their tax money back, and that's thanks to a new state budget plan that has just been approved. It's an upcoming deadline for those who will be able to get their payments. And according to almost 750,000 Arizona families will soon see more money in their pockets thanks to a tax rebate that Republican lawmakers inked to the current budget. The Arizona families tax rebate was a demand of the conservative group of lawmakers, and now during this year, it's in a negotiation. They got what they wanted, and that means you might soon get a little financial help. According to the Arizona Department of Revenue, an estimated 743,000 taxpayers are expected to benefit from this. The rebate is available to year-round residents who claimed Arizona's existing tax credit for dependents and owed at least $1 in taxes during 2019 and 2021. Qualifying taxpayers will get the rebate for up to 3 dependents, and for dependents under 17, the rebate is $250 per child. Spokesperson has actually confirmed that the Department of Revenue has deadlines for this to get the rebates out before November. And now, also, the state is working to identify people who qualify and will distribute rebates automatically, based on the most recent tax information. The Department of Revenue says that the rebates will be delivered via direct deposit or paper check in the mail, and that will come with a written explanation that makes clear the money is in the state rebate. Additional refund that's given to each resident who files an income tax return for the previous fiscal year, and the first round of distributions is set to be received on or before September 12th. And with 2 additional distribution dates scheduled for September 9 and 13, according to the governor's office, those who have not filed tax returns, owed money to the government, or filed their taxes after July 31st will receive their checks 10 weeks after the Department of Taxation receives documents. The governor said in a statement, "It's my hope that the $300 million in tax refunds begins to go distributed so far, bring some relief to the hardworking people in the state of Hawaii who were hit hard by the crisis." According to the governor, the amount each person will receive as part of a refund is determined by the person's filing status, adjusted gross income, and the number of claimed exemptions. Single filers earning an annual income of under $100,000 will receive one-time checks of $300, with single taxpayers with a higher gross of income receiving $100. Married couples who file joint returns are also set to receive $300 as part of the one-time payments. In addition to the stimulus checks, Hawaiians can look forward to the state's minimum wage being raised for the first time since 2018. The bill approved by Governor Ige raises the minimum wage of $10.10 per hour to $12 an hour starting October 1st. Also, some good news for you guys that live in Indiana. They can expect to see another $200 in your bank account after Indiana lawmakers approved a second set of payments during the special session. This cash comes from the state surplus. Governor Holcomb pitched the idea of a $225 check to help Indiana residents struggling with high gas prices and inflation. In the Indiana House bill and Senate took approaches to different inflation relief checks. The House plan mirrored the governor's proposal and includes payments of $225 to residents, while the Senate plan, on the other hand, includes a proposal to... It's on the way right now, everybody. More and more fourth stimulus payments have been approved. Congress is going to take huge action this week to establish new financial assistance programs, and millions of Social Security, SSI, SSDI, and RRB beneficiaries can expect to receive new stimulus payments. States have announced their action plan to address the rising cost of living that so many people are facing. President Biden has also made announcements on how the White House plans to further lower prices for the American people.
This means taking health care to the people, often the hardest to reach and often left out, and the most medically underserved. So I urge President Biden to sign this bill into law without delay to improve health outcomes across the board and make a positive difference in people's lives. Thank you, and I yield back.
And while U.S. gas prices have come down from the highs seen this summer, they are still clearly weighing on President Biden, who today repeated demands for oil companies to charge less. During a meeting of the White House Competition Council, Joe Biden said last month, "The price of oil worldwide is down, and we haven't seen the lower prices reflected at the pump." Meanwhile, oil and gas companies are still making record profits and billions of dollars more in profit. And according to the AAA, U.S. oil futures fell 9.2%.